Hello, and welcome
to Sort of the Story.
It's the podcast where we podcast about podcasting. I lost my train of thought.
You did.
The stories. We tell each other some stories, and also you are here. Welcome.
We're doing really well. We hope you are too.
I felt really confident at the beginning of this intro, and then all of my words were like, no, what if you just...
I changed up the tempo with which I say to Sort of the Story, and I feel really good about it.
I think that might be what threw me off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Also the fact that we both said hello for so long.
Did we?
Maybe.
Oh, now I've got social anxiety about it.
Should we just redo this?
No. We're too far in now.
We can never go back. Guys, welcome. We're going to tell each other some stories today, and they're not for children. Mine in particular today is not for kids.
Mine is for kids.
That's oh my god. One. Okay, so who's going first? Are you going first?
You are going first this week.
What did I do last week?
You went to work.
No.
you made a couple different kinds of soup.
I did make a couple different types of soup. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going first this week. Do we have any news before we do any of that?
I don't think so.
A lot of people have been telling me, hey, I hope you get better from COVID, because COVID's metamorphosis dropped on Thursday. And the answer is, I don't have COVID anymore. I have strep throat now. I don't know if I haven't been telling anybody this, but I might as well just fucking say it. I'm an elementary school art teacher now, and so which means I'm never not going to be sick for the rest of my life. These kids are disgusting.
Yeah, she was feeling sick and then had COVID, which I think was two different sicknesses. Like you had a cold at the beginning and then it became COVID, and now it's strep throat. And it's just going to it's just a big old jawbreaker of disease.
I keep uncovering new layers, like an ogre. If you are like, hey, I wonder what these two hotties look like, go follow us on Instagram. Was that a good segue?
I don't know.
I don't think that was a good segue, but we're going to go with it. We have an Instagram and a TikTok and a Goodreads and an email. They're all Sort of the Story, all one word. On the email, you just tack at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. We also have a Twitter.
Oh, we have a Twitter and a Discord, which we have to figure out.
Yes. We don't have a ton of members in the Discord yet, so we can't have a custom link, but you can go to our link tree, which is in the bio of any of our social media formats, and you can click on that. You can also get to our t-shirts and merch there, so go check that out if you want some shirts that say dumb stuff.
My goal is to actually put more effort into promoting the Discord, because I want to do a movie night with everyone. Wouldn't that be fun? We just watched Ever After, and what if you guys had watched Ever After with us? You would have loved it. We stopped and started it several times.
I was really fidgety, so I was fixing Summer's dog toy.
But every once in a while, we'd pause so I could requote something that Drew Barrymore had just said. So, you missed it. Jealous.
So if that sounds like a fun time to you, come join us on the Discord. It'll be fun. We all hang out.
We will. And with that, do you want to just get started?
I could get started.
Oh my god. I know
you'll
get
get
a little
started.
helping of getting started. Okay, well.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Slime, y'all. Okay, Max.
Okay, Janey.
Max, okay. In the grand tradition of me doing the bare minimum for this podcast, I meant to look up these names, which are going to be incredibly hard. I did not. Are you ready to go to Iceland with me?
God, yes.
Okay.
Also, I just need to go back. Janey does all of the editing and also all of the social media for this podcast.
No,
so,
I'm editing this part out. Whatever you're going to say, editing it out.
So the bare minimum is actually mostly the bare max. She does 95% of the work on this podcast. I just show up.
Okay, but when it comes to knowing my stories, bare minimum. I might leave that in. That was a nice little compliment.
Yeah.
About Janey.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Also, bare minimum could very much be the name of someone from Iceland.
Oh my god! Bare minimum. But it's like B-A-E-I-E umlaut I-R. Bare. Oh, there's an F and a J in there somewhere. And there's an L at the end.
I was thinking the minimum would have a J in it, like yum 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 or something.
Oh, yum yum yum. And we're saying it wrong. If you're from Iceland, let us come see you in your home.
Teach us how to speak
Icelandic.
Yep.
Baby. I realized recently that I've been missing our good friend Changa Varag Zalka.
Oh.
I genuinely miss her.
I asked her a question on Twitter and she liked it and answered it for me. She's
what?
Great.
What was the
question? She does these little, if you haven't heard our other episodes about her, Chenga Viragzalka.
Start fangirling over Chenga right now. What is wrong with you?
She is a doctor of folklore and she is amazing. She does a lot of works in translation. She's also basically our age and she's the national storyteller of Hungary?
I was thinking Hungary. We could be wrong, but I think it might be Hungary.
She's working on a bunch of folktales in translation right now, and every once in a while she'll come across one and she'll just post it on Twitter, like in like
cool.
2 little tweets just being like, hey, here's the summary of the story. And she posted one that was really, really cool, and I was like, where can I read the story? And she was like, I haven't translated it yet. And I was like, oh no. Well, when you do translate it and you put it in a book, I'll definitely buy it because we bought all your books.
Chenga, the reason why we are such fangirls is because she is not only a brilliant translator, but she's also so incredibly funny and also incredibly ethical in all things that she writes. So, for example, I'm using this book, Tales of Superhuman Powers, and it is 55 different stories ranging from different types of supernatural, like, human phenomena. So she did one for like super strength, she did one for like mind reading, and then I'm pulling from this one with shape shifting. But with all of those, she gives you what country they're from, who she heard the story from. If she has like an exact source, if somebody told it, then she'll give their exact name, however they want to be credited. She gives what time period it came from. She gives her source. So if she read it in a book, then she'll give that book, like her main source, and then she gives like a little bit of context if it's important for how she heard the story and in what context. And then she also always prefaces it with like, this is my retelling, and if you want to hear the whole thing, then go to this place. So then at the end of the story, she'll comment on it. So she'll just retell it and then be like, this is the things that I changed, these are the things that I like, this is what I left out. If you want to know more, this is how to like further expand on that. She's just cool as shit. It's exactly what I crave in everything that I read now. Mm-hmm. And she delivers it up on a shiny silver platter.
Also, she wrote her final thesis on tabletop RPGs, which I think is super fascinating. Like the idea of the concept of communal storytelling through modern day TTRPG gaming, which is just rad.
Yeah,
very cool.
She's just cool. And again, she's funny. I cannot say enough. She is such a funny writer. Big fan. Anyway, Chenga, once again.
We're weird about you.
Chenga, legitimately. I think that might be one of the few celebrities. If I saw her, I would lose my shit. I might pass out in the street. Chenga, I love you. Okay, so this is from part 4 of the book, Transitional Powers, Shifters, Changers, and Individuals of Multiple Shapes. And it is an Icelandic tale called Sigmund and Sinfjötli. Do you know how to say it? Sigmund and Sinfjötli. I apologize in advance. I do not know how to say any of these Icelandic words, and I meant to look them up, and then I didn't.
I've heard their names before, and I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. I'm going to go into detail of the fucked up epic this is from, but this is just their tale. Yes.
Is it from... Oh, fuck, what's it called? Oh, shit. Alex and I just watched this movie called Army of Thieves, which is a sequel to the zombie movie Army of the Dead. But it's a like Ocean's 11 heist movie in a zombie apocalypse about like Norse mythology, and I'm really excited about it.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's about this mythical like safe maker. In Army of Thieves, there's this guy who like in the late 1800s, early 1900s, based on Wagner's ring cycle of stories, made 4 safes, and one of them is the safe of Sigmund. So I just heard about this like last week.
Is the word you were thinking about the Volsunga saga?
Yes, the Volsung saga. Yeah.
It's very fun. I'm excited to tell you this.
Yeah, Wagner is a composer who did a set of musical works based on the Volsung saga.
Cool.
So Wagner was like 1800s, and then the Volsung saga is like ancient.
Yeah, it's from really like 13th century.
Yeah. I think Flight of the Valkyrie is from
that's cool as shit.
The ring cycle, though.
Cool as shit.
Anyways.
Okay. Once, there was a village in Iceland, and it was suffering through a brutal, endless winter. It was always dark. It was bitterly cold. The villagers would huddle around fires, and outside of their homes, wolves roamed the lands. And these wolves, some of them ran on 4 legs, but many of them ran on 2. And they burned houses down, and they pillaged, and they robbed, and they were allowed to do so because their freedom came from the terrible king Sigurd, and no one was strong enough to stop him. Okay. we have these two-legged wolves running around. Okay. King Siggeir was as cold and dark as the winter, Max, but he had a wife, and her heart pretty much bled for the suffering of her people. She was upset that all of this was happening and that her husband was basically just straight up evil. There was nothing good or redeemable about him. You might be thinking, why did she marry him then? Girl, make better choices. Max, this is a fairy tale. Women have no choices. You stupid bitch. That's sure we're all thinking it.
All right.
Yeah. She had not married King Siggeir by choice. He had killed her father, and he threw all 10 of her brothers into the dungeons. Just a real quick, I went to the actual saga and I read a bunch of synopses of them. It wasn't that simple, so I'm going to go into that a little bit. Her father had agreed to let King Siggeir marry his daughter, and she was like, I'm not doing it. Her name was Signy, and she was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not marrying him. I don't want to, but at the end of the day, she was kind of forced to. And so she went across the sea with the king, and the king felt slighted by her father for some reason. And so he made plans. He was like, I'm going to kill him. And so when he invited her father and brothers and said, come over and come to my kingdom, basically, and then we'll welcome you with honor and we'll have a big wedding celebration in my kingdom. And she ran forward when her father and brothers got there. And she's like, you need to go home and get an army. You need to, don't even set foot, you need to get back on the ship, go home, get an army. He's gonna fucking murder you. And her father was like, we are Volsungs. We don't run. We are not cowards. We will be, you know what? Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. So they came on anyway. And of course, all of them got slaughtered by an army. And then all 10 of her brothers were captured. And he was gonna murder her brothers. And she was like, hey, maybe don't murder them. Maybe instead we just put them in she said put them in stocks in the forest, but in this tale they're in a prison. And she's like, put them in there and make their suffering really long. Because she was like, if they're alive still, even if they're suffering, I can get them out. And then that's where we are at this point. She has 10 brothers. They are all in a dungeon. Okay, now, every night, a starving she-wolf would sneak into the dungeons and would devour one of her brothers in front of the other ones. So they were kind of powerless against this really starving giant wolf. And finally, there was only one who was left, and it was the youngest, who was also her twin, and his name was Sigmund. So, Signy couldn't bear it any longer. When she got word that all of her brothers were dead, right? She was like, fuck it. So she tells us, she gives honey to a servant, and she's like, I need you to go put this on my brother's face and in his mouth. And the servant's like,
not in a sexy way, right?
The servant's like, say no more, I'm on my way. And she's like, hey, you didn't get the rest of the plan. What a weird servant.
That guy, he came to work and he was like, I know exactly what kind of day I'm gonna have.
No matter what happens, I'm getting laid. What? That's not Ralph. We need to talk. Okay, so he goes, right, the servant does indeed spread the honey all over her brother's face. Especially in the original myth, he's in a stocks, right? He's in the stocks in the middle of the woods. So the she-wolf, when she comes up, starts licking the honey off of his face and eventually licks it out of his mouth. And this whole thing is a content warning. Just the whole fucking story is a content warning, just so you know. When she puts her tongue in his mouth, he bites down and bites off her tongue. She ends up going back as far, jumping back really forcefully and breaks through the stalks, basically, so he is free. And the she-wolf bleeds to death from her mouth.
Oh.
Yeah. So, now he's free. He runs into the woods, he makes a house underground, he builds a bunker, and then he's free. Nobody knows where he is. And the king is convinced that he's dead, and he's like, great. But Signy knows in her heart, she's like, he's still alive. I know my brother, he's my twin, we are connected, he's still alive. And so she's like, as long as he's still alive, I have hope. One day, we're going to kill this king. So that's it. That's the whole thing. With the Volsunga bloodline, she knows that she can keep going. So the queen eventually has 3 sons. And even though she hated their father, right, she had great hope for her children. And when they were old enough, she's like, I'm going to send them to find their uncle, and he's going to teach them how to be a great warrior, and then they're going to come back and kill the king. So she sends her first son out into the woods when he's about 10 years old. And after a long time wandering, he finally finds his uncle's cottage. In the original myth, it's underground, and this one, it's a cottage. When Sigmund hears the knock, he opens the door, and he's like, okay, I know immediately who you are. You look a lot like my sister, and I guess therefore a lot like me.
It could be,
any Icelandic person. Well, you look a lot like every one of us.
Well, sure, but also, Twins don't always look alike.
You think they're fraternal? Well, they definitely are. They're not identical. One's a man. Mm-hmm. So he invites the young boy inside, and as soon as he gets in there, he's like, I'm going hunting. And he points to a sack of flour in the corner, and he's like, you bake bread, and by the time I get home, it needs to be baked, and then we'll start your training. So he leaves. And he's gone for a couple hours, and he comes back, and when he comes back, he sees this little boy in the corner, shivering, terrified. And he's like, what the fuck? Where's the bread? And the kid's like, there's something in that bag, dude. Like, there's something in there. And Sigmund's like, go home. You're not fit to be a Volsung. And he sends him back out and makes him go home. So next, of course, Signy sends her second son to find his uncle. And the exact same thing happens. The boy is scared of whatever's in the flour. He doesn't make the bread, and he's deemed unworthy, and he's sent home. So finally, she sends her youngest son. He's, like, not even 10 years old yet. She's, like, desperate. So he gets to be 9 years old, and she's like, get the fuck out. Go find your uncle. Now, there's something odd about this boy. He was always different than the rest. He has, like, this, like, light shining behind his, like, bright blue eyes. Like, he's always been different. And so he sets out to find his uncle. His name is, Sinfjötli. I'm going to call him Sinfjötli. So Sinfjötli sets out to find his uncle. Eventually, he finds the cabin. It's not that hard to find. 3 little boys now have found it. Sigmund opens the door, and he recognizes the light in his eyes, and he's like, come on in. He's about to tell him about the flower, and then he notices Sinfjötli's hands are bleeding. They are, like, bloody raw. They look really painful. And he's like, what the hell happened to your hands? And the little boy says, my gloves were soaked with water and they froze to my hands, so when I tried to take them off, the skin came off with it. And Sinfjötli's like, Sigmund is like, does it hurt? And he's like, yes, duh. There used to be skin here and now there's no skin here. Like, for sure, man.
Yeah. Gloved to gloved.
Yeah, that was degloved recently. And so the uncle's like, well, why aren't you crying? And Sinfjötli answers, a Volsung never cries. And his uncle's like, that's the type of toxic masculinity I like to see. I'm gonna train you, my boy. And then they do a little jig. So a couple hours later, he's like, now make the flour into bread.
Sure.
And I'm gonna go out hunting and I'll be back. And when he comes back, the house smells like baking bread, right? And so Sigmund's like, what did you do? And the kid's like, I made bread. And he's like, was there anything odd in the flour? And he's like, yeah, there was like a bunch of poisonous snakes in that flour. So like, weird, right? And Sigmund's like, where are the snakes? He's like freaked out a little.
Point.
Yeah.
Venomous snakes.
I'm so sorry. You and Ash, my mod, who is listening to this going, Venom! Nope, these ones are poisonous.
He knows, this kid knows because he bit a snake.
Yeah, and he died. Part of it was being resuscitated by the EMTs. So he's like, there was a venomous snake in the flour. And he's like, you know, I assumed you knew that. And the uncle's like, cool, where is it now? And he's like, oh, I baked it in the bread. I don't know, man. I did what you told me to do. Like, I assumed that's what you wanted. And Sigmund's like, I can train you.
Look, kid, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me.
Now that's your first lesson. Let's eat some poisonous snake bread. And then they both die. No, this one's poisonous. It's cyanide snakes. Every day they train and they fight, and the boy grows into a strong, fine warrior. Every day they train.
Isn't that show about DC or whatever? The Warrior?
What's that show?
The Wire.
Oh, The Warrior. I was thinking of the word voyeur.
Oh, that's good.
The Warrior.
I also don't know what The Wire is about, and I refuse to learn, so I assume, well, I got the one fact about it wrong.
Every day they train and fighting. And the boy goes into a strong, fine
Is that
warrior.
what The Wire is about?
Yeah. It's about Baltimore and training a young child to know the difference between poisonous and venomous. The warrior. He becomes a young, fine warrior. So they began to go out every day because Sigmund's like, you know what? You're not ready to just kill the king. Not to mention, like, he's your dad. I don't know if you're, like, ready to, like, murder your dad. And meanwhile, Sinfjötli's like, I mean, I'm not ready to kill my dad. Let's go. Let's just try it. And he's like, no, we're going to practice. So they start going out on raids together. And they're killing the king's soldiers. They're keeping the villagers safe. And, of course, everyone's speculating, like, who are these vigilantes? And they're being, like, really careful about concealing their identity. Nobody sees them go in or out. They don't even know it's 2 men. Like, they are very stealthy. And one day, as they are walking through the woods, they come across another cottage that they've never seen before. And they peek inside and they see there are two men lying asleep on the floor. And they look like they're under some sort of spell. And hanging above them are two hanging wolf skins. And so they sneak in, they grab the wolf skins, and they leave the house. And they decide, they're like, you know what? These men are obviously skin changers. We know about this type of magic. Let's see what this is all about. And so they put the skins on. But as soon as they do, they like wrap them around their backs. The skins suddenly start to tighten around their body, and it melds to their skin, and it transforms their hands into paws, and it transforms their teeth into fangs, and their hair into fur, and their human noses into adorable little boobable wolf noses, and they all like rub around on their backs, scratching their backs on the snow, and all they want is belly rubs, and they howl and they howl. The end. No, I have 2 more pages. Oh. Anyway, now they're real terrifying wolves. I wish that's how it ended. Wouldn't that be fun?
I would really like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like that a lot.
They use their new speed and their ferocity to take out even more of the king's soldiers. And they're so strong now that they can split up and do it on their own, right? But Sigmund always warns his nephew. He's like, listen, if you have to face off against more than 7 of the king's men, then you call me, okay? No more than 7, that's the deal. Mm-hmm. And Sinfjötli is like, no.
No,
obviously
listen,
not.
I bought you that wolf cell phone for a reason. I want you to call me if you get into trouble. That's what it's for. It's not for texting all your little wolf friends, your little pack or whatever.
I'm playing Minecraft. So, I'm playing Wolf with Friends.
Wolves with Friends.
I'm on this new app called Timber. I cannot be bothered. Timber's a dating app for wolves. Okay.
He's part of Wolfskinstagram.
Wolfskinstagram. Oh, I can't say that. He's part of First Book. Okay.
Oh, First Book is definitely already a social media app for furries, guaranteed.
And if it's not, that's patented me and Max.
If you start First Book, the Facebook for furries, you have to send us $100.
I thought you were going to say an invite, and I was like, no.
No.
Listen, we're not... No. Okay, so, now they are wolves. He's like, promise me that you're going to call for help like a baby. And Sinfjötli is like, no, I'm a Volsung, and so I'm very strong. Also, I'm pretty much... I meant to say invincible in my wolf skin, and I wrote, he's invisible in his wolf skin. So one day... They have separated, and as you may have known from Chekhov's no more than 7 rule, Sigmund hears the sound of a great fight, but nobody's calling for help. And so he follows the sound, and he soon comes across the corpses of the king's soldiers. There is not 7, there's not even 8. There are 11 mutilated, ripped apart corpses. It is a horror show. And he realizes, like, oh shit, this isn't even like I'm killing king soldiers. This is bloodlust and I can't control myself, sort of like viscera. And so he follows Sinfjötli's tracks and he makes it to the village and he's like, fuck, he's going towards the village. And so he has to stop him. So he ends up attacking his nephew, who is now fully just bloody. He's a full wolf. He has no human instincts anymore, like full bloodlust. And they run off into the woods. The villagers hear howling and snarling and like the yelps of wolves, and it is just a great fight. And eventually, the younger wolf loses his strength and his throat gets ripped out and he lies dying at his uncle's feet. And Sigmund turns back into human and is like, fuck, what do I do? Oh my god, how do I help this? Like, this isn't what I wanted. But it's just like, I couldn't stop you. And so he goes running because he's like, I need to find a way to help you. Now, this is how this story does it, and I'll go into it a little more detail about the actual epic. But as he's running looking for help, he sees some weasels fighting together. You know? Mm-hmm. And one of them eventually kills the other one. And then it runs away. But it returns in a few minutes with some leaves in its mouth. Just like the magic snake leaves, puts the leaves on the other one's wounds, and immediately the other weasel springs back to life. So, like, lucky they're having a fight at the same time.
Yeah, they're the same. Also, listen to the episode on the magic snake leaves.
Episode 3, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. we're both monumentally lazy, and I'm not looking it up right now. And Janey doesn't have her phone.
I don't have my phone. Usually I am the one to look these things up, because I think it's episode 3. So Sigmund, he runs to find these magic leaves, he brings them back to his nephew, and to his relief, he puts them on Sinfjötli's throat, and his wounds heal, and he comes back up again. And after he's completely healed, they make a fire, and they take off their wolf skins, and they burn them, because they're like, this is not worth it. Mm-hmm. So Changa ends this story with, I will not tell you how they went on to finally defeat King Sigurd and take revenge for their family, but I will tell you this. They did it without wearing the skin of a wolf. That's the end of her myth.
I really like that.
So here is Changa's notes and also some of my own notes on the actual full saga. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is part of a larger epic called the Volsunga Saga, 13th century Icelandic. And it starts with Sigmund's father, and it goes on for generations. It's a massive book. In the epic, Sigmund and his twin sister Signy stand shoulder to shoulder, fighting for family, honor, and vengeance. However, Changa admits that she had to change up the story quite a bit, and her quote is, "My personal opinion is, use as many of the original ingredients as your stomach can handle. It largely depends on you and your audience," which is also how we feel when we do stuff. It's whatever we want to tell at the time. The story is just so dark that she didn't want to write it.
Yeah.
So here are some of the details Changa left out of the story. And she tells some of this in her comments at the end, and then I also read some of the stuff. Sinfjötli is actually Sigmund's son. Do that math real quick. Signy realizes that her children with the king aren't going to be strong or brave enough, and she's like, fuck it. They cry all the time, they're weak, they're not like Volsungs, and she is like, neither of these two kids are going to cut it. So she goes to a wise woman, and she says, basically, this is a sorceress. She says, I want to switch places. I'm going to need you to be me for the night, basically, for the next 3 days, and then I'm going to be you. And so this sorceress does this. That night, she goes to King Sigurd, and she fucks King Sigurd. I'm like, I don't know if she had to do that, but she does. Lays it on thick. And he loves it. He's like, ooh, this is nice.
Sexy, good stuff.
From my wife. Meanwhile, disguised as the sorceress, Signy sneaks to her brother's, cottage, his house, and she basically knocks on the door and says, I'm lost. And it's so cold out here, and I seem to have lost my bra. Might you give a young girl some shelter?
Maybe some support for the girls.
My breasts, they're so cold and heavy. Lift them up for me, please. Anyway, you know how you seduce your brother.
Jesus Christ.
And so Sigmund is like, I mean, I wouldn't want you to suffer. And so they end up fucking for 3 days straight. And then she's like, anyway, I gotta go. Bye. And then she and the sorceress switch back. So then she has Sinfjötli, and she's like, yep, this is the one. He is a full, pure-blood Volsung. He's gonna be the warrior that does this. Sigmund does not find this out until much, much later. All this story, he has no idea this is his real son. And also, nor should he. Yeah. It's gross, and he would never do that. So, believe it or not, next. Signy is not a great mom. She's kind of cold and terrible. In the original version, the gloves that he was wearing were not frozen to Sinfjötli's hand. She sewed them into her son's skin. She did this to all 3 of her sons. She took them and she sewed them all throughout their skin so that in order to take them off, it was super fucking painful. And her first 2 sons cried the entire time because they were 10 years old and being mutilated. And the whole time she was like, yeah, you're not gonna fucking make it. You're not gonna make it. Now go find your uncle and we'll see. And she told him that she was doing this, and she also said, don't send them back. If they can't cut it, kill them, because I don't want them.
Fuck.
So, and that's what he did. Those little boys went to him, they didn't do the flower trick, and he's like, and he murdered them, and then, threw their bodies in, a lake or something, I don't know. And then Sinfjötli came by, and he wasn't crying, and he made the snakes into bread, and he's like, all right, I can train you. So, already, child murder.
Yeah.
When Sigmund and Sinfjötli later sneak into the castle to kill the king, Signy has 2 younger children, and they see them sneaking into the castle. In the actual myth, they go to their father and they're like, hey, I saw somebody sneaking in the castle. And she takes her 2 little kids and she drags them before Sigmund and Sinfjötli, and she's like, they betrayed you. Murder them. They're gonna tell again. They're weak and they're not on our side. And Sigmund is like, I'm not murdering any more of your children. I'm not doing that. I fucking sucked the first couple times. So, no.
Look, 2's my limit.
No, this is already after the wolf skin. Sinfjötli is like, I'll do it. And he fucking kills his younger sibling without a second thought. And they make the point to say, like, he still kind of has that wolf bloodlust in him. Like, it never leaves him. And also, he's inbred to shit. So, you know, he's missing some empathy there. Jenga points out, again, this is like the last thing, that shapeshifting is present in this original tale, because this is her thing, in more ways than one. The wolves, of course, but also Signy uses the illusion to seduce her brother. And she says it's like when Morges seduces Arthur.
Morgana?
Nope.
Oh, Morg.
Morg?
I think the French version or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Morgana.
Like when Morgana seduces Arthur. I remember seeing, I think I talked about this on this podcast before, because I can't remember where it's from, and I've also tried to look it up. That movie where Morgana is wearing the mask and she's in the cave and she sleeps with Arthur. Are they siblings?
I think they're half siblings.
I think it's a full-on fuck scene. I don't think...
Oh my god.
I was so little when I watched it, I don't remember any other details about the movie. I was just like, haha, this is nice. What is this? Anyway, if you know that movie I'm thinking about, they're in a cave, he's hunting, she's on an altar, she's wearing like a mask and fur. I don't know. I think she's wearing the color red. Don't ask me what color anyone's wearing, actually. And I wrote my notes, which is in a movie that I saw when I was little, and I cannot for the life of me remember. I want to know what this movie's from. She also mentions that it's like Merlin's spell to disguise Uther Pendragon. I only kept that in for you.
Yeah, Uther is Arthur's father.
Actually, the Tale of King Arthur is in this. The saga is the Tale of King Arthur, basically. This is what made the king want to kill her whole family, is because Odin comes down and puts a sword in a tree, and it's like, whoever can pull that out there is like destined to be a great ruler, and everybody tries and nobody can pull it out, and then Sigmund does, and the king is like, I'll buy that for you, and Sigmund looks at him and says, if this was meant for you, you would have pulled it from the tree, I guess, right? Get fucked, I don't want your money. And then he leaves, and the king is like, I'm gonna kill your whole fucking family. And that's what sets it off.
Good lord.
Also, the she-wolf who devours all the brothers except for Sigmund, a lot of people rumored that was King Sigurd's mother in wolf form. Also, in the saga, the leaves are not gotten by weasels in the woods, but by a raven who is maybe Odin, who drops the leaves down as Sigmund is holding Sinfjötli. As he's like dying in his arms, the leaves are dropped down on top of him and it heals him. So Odin plays a part throughout this saga. And her main source, Chenga's main source for this, is a book called The Children of Odin by Pedrik Collum and illustrated by Willy Pogani. It's a book of Norse myths written in 1920 that is apparently really good. The illustrations are beautiful, and also the reviews are fantastic. So I have to get that for the house.
That's interesting. Patrick Collum is a very Irish name. So I'm curious whether that plays into it. Yeah, that looks great. I would love to read. I again, literally watched a movie this week, Army of Thieves, that talked about, like, Sigmund and...
The Volsungs.
Sigmund and Signy?
Signy is the sister, yeah.
Sigmund and Signy and all that. And they were like, yeah, so they're brother and sister, and then they got married, and one of the characters is like, what? And he's like, no, it's fine. And then, like, doesn't explain it. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's just a lot of incest and intrigue and violence. It's just Game of Thrones. It's Icelandic Game of Thrones, which is very fun.
Yeah, there's a whole section on, like, the Valkyries and everything like that. So I was literally just thinking this week, I was like, I should just read the Volsung saga. So... Very rad.
Yeah, how fun and topical.
Did it establish what happened to the two guys whose wolf skins they stole?
No, never. I'm gonna guess. It seemed like in the actual myth, it like blows by the fact that they're under a spell. They're living their own story. They're in their own saga.
I would like to pitch a raunchy comedy romp about those two guys waking up and they can't find their wolf skins, and it's called Dude, Where's My Fur?
I like it. I love it. Cool. Do you want to take a quick break so I can blow my nose and also maybe drink the rest of the Dayquil in there? I don't know.
Sure.
Get crazy?
Ooh.
Cool. We'll be right back.
Okay, Janey.
Okay, Max. Guys, we just took like an hour-long break to, as a household, make a list of who we'd fuck.
The, like, celebrity cheat list?
They don't need any more context.
Me, Janey, and my fiance Alex all went through, and yeah, some surprising choices on there. I won't lie to you.
Spoiler alert, most of mine are just the full cast of Fast and Furious. The whole franchise. Except for Tokyo Drift. Han isn't on my list because of Tokyo. We can't get into this right now.
No.
So Max, you're going to tell me a story?
Yes.
Yeah, fucking do it then.
I will. I'm going to tell you a story today.
Good.
Are you excited? It's called The Enchanted Wine-Jug.
Oh, you said this one was for kids, but it has wine.
Yes.
Kids, come back and listen to this spicy story.
My kids are always whining. I should sell t-shirts.
You do. You do sell t-shirts. Good news, Pocahontas.
I'm just gonna throw some pictures out for you.
Okay.
The t-shirt, right, has a picture, like the clip art of like a glass of red wine being swirled, right? And it says, kids, wine, mom, wines, right? And it's like W-H-I-N-E for the kids, and then it's W-I-N-E for the mom.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yeah. I mean, it's not your best material, but yeah, give me the next one.
Okay. How about this one? Mommy needy drinky.
Mommy needy drinky is gonna be the title of this episode.
Please, for the love of God, no. I immediately regretted it.
Down. Mommy needy drinky.
I instant regret. I should not have put that energy out into the world, and I'm having a bad time now.
Oh, this is excellent. I'm getting that tattooed on my body. I'll never tell where. It's my butt,
forehead.
Guys. I won't have to tell you where. It's on my forehead.
You'll see it all the time. So this story is called The Enchanted Wine-Jug. I have it in a collection called Korean Tales, a collection of classic Korean folk tales. It's from the Sophine Fabula collection, which is just they like collect folk tales from like, God, I can never remember this goddamn word on the podcast. What is it? Public domain.
Oh.
Public domain. They collect stories primarily from like public domain, and they collect them into collections of stories. But this story is originally from a book that came out in 1889 called Korean Tales by a man named Dr. Horace Newton Allen.
This is, by the way, the story that you told about the man in the forest who was jumping up and killed his wife's lover and then gave her to a man, and the man was like, I don't want it. Yeah, it's that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good one.
It's from the same collection. But this story is by Horace Newton Allen, wrote it in 1889. The entirety of the original book is available online through Project Gutenberg, so that'll be linked in the show notes. But, like, the first opening pages says, by Dr. Horace Newton Allen, MD, Foreign Secretary of Legation for Korea. And I was like, that's weird. So I looked him up. He was the American ambassador to Korea from 1897 to 1905. He was also the first Protestant missionary in Korea. But the reason why he became the American ambassador to Korea is because he was a medical doctor. And I think while he was in Seoul, a member of the royal family in the midst of a rebellion was injured and became very, very sick. And Dr. Horace Newton Allen, had his medicine bag, and he was able to save this guy. And so word spread that this
oh no,
red, bushy-bearded, bushy-haired, like, guy had just come in and brought this noble back from the dead. But he ended up being friends with that noble for the rest of his life, and through that friendship became the American ambassador to Korea.
Nice.
He also helped bring a lot of Western medical practices to Korea, and there is a hospital that he founded in Seoul that exists to this day. Its current name is the Severance Hospital in Seoul. Pretty cool. So that's just a little bit about the guy who wrote this down. I will say, so this is one of the stories where this guy's writing is delightful. Like, I almost feel bad telling you guys this story because you should really go read it. He's so funny. And again, like, the publicly available copy of the text is going to be in the show notes. So please go read it because he's very, very funny. And it's much more long-winded than the version I'm going to tell you here today because it has so much description and so many weird jokes, and I really like it.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
All that aside, this story is The Enchanted Wine-Jug, or Why the Cat and Dog Are Enemies.
Oh, okay. I would love to know. And maybe do they have some tips at the end for making them not enemies? Because our animals need some lessons.
So, once upon a time, there's an old man, and he owns a wine shop, right? And this wine shop has been here for, like, time immemorial. it feels like generations have gone by and this man and his wine shop have always been in this small town, right? Mm-hmm. Just kind of like something that's always been there. It's like a pillar of the community and everything like that. There are a couple of weird things about the wine shop, right? One, this guy has been there. He's been an old man for longer than anyone can remember, but he doesn't seem to age.
Okay.
Pretty weird.
Yeah.
Also, you know, most wine shops, they will like serve food to be like, hey, now you're thirsty, come have some wine. Or, you know, like to get people to stay longer, they'll be like, hey, here's some wine, now you can have some food so that you can have some more wine. That kind of thing. He doesn't do that, right? His whole selling thing is the wine, right? Which is great. Yeah. Because it's a really good wine and he sells it for super cheap. He also only carries one wine. Same wine, he sells it, same price. He also... he never runs out. He never runs low. Okay. He doesn't seem to get any shipments, which is weird. And he always pours the wine from this jug that is like, it's the same jug that he's been using for time immemorial. It's like worn around the neck from how he holds it when he pours it. It's like, wow. Yeah. Okay. So he pours the wine out from the jug and, you know, you can sit and you can drink at the wine bar, or he'll take his jug and he'll pour wine into a bottle or a jug for you to take home if you prefer. You know, which is also kind of weird for a wine shop. I would like this guy to be here. Yeah. I love this. Also, he's better be careful about getting wine wrist from all that pouring of that jug. A true and very hilarious thing about me is that I started working at a winery in Virginia on Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend. Like 5 years ago. And it was at a very popular winery, and also it was right near UVA, and the UVA graduation was happening the same weekend or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so it was like we were slammed on my first day of like being a full bartender at this wine bar. And so I was using my wine cutting foil to cut the foils off of all the wine bottlenecks and everything. Yeah. And it's a very specific position that you have to hold your hand in to do it, to like hold the knife against the bottle and spin it. Mm-hmm. And now I have tendinitis because one weekend I opened like 600 bottles of wine. Yeah, so I have a permanent physical injury from popping too many bottles. Which, I don't know, seems pretty baller of me if you ask me. Mm-hmm. So anyways, this is wine wrist is real, guys. But this old man ain't got it. He does not. Nope. Yeah, so he's always just had this one kind of wine. It's really good. He sells it for really cheap, and you know, people have kind of stopped questioning at this point. Like presumably at some point people were like, this is weird, and he was like, no, it's not, it's fine, and they were like, okay. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people come into town, they're like, this is weird, and everyone in the town is like, no, it's fine, and they're like, okay. So this old man, he doesn't really have a family. He doesn't have any kids or anything like that, but he does have a cat and a dog. Mm-hmm. He has a dog who, from the description, sounds kind of like a Shiba Inu maybe. Aww. Which is really cute. Yeah. He's got like golden fur and like ears that are like at attention, but they're also droopy, so they're not sticking straight up and everything. And he's got these very wise golden eyes and a like big curly bushy tail and everything like that. You know? Yeah. And he's just like a very smart, patient, even-tempered dog, right? Who has like a very kind wisdom in his eyes. Just kind of like an old man dog, you know? And then he has this cat. Which throughout the story is called Thomas. Yeah. The cat is the only character with a name. And it's in quotes. So like a tomcat. Mm-hmm. So anyways, his name's Thomas, I guess. Thomas is a hilarious name for a cat. And Thomas is best friends with the dog. Oh. And they hang out all the time. Like, the dog kind of just wants to chill. And sometimes the cat, like, plays pranks on the dog. And, you know, and then they play and have a fun time. This cat is, like, very clever, very sharp-witted and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Has a really long, beautiful, puffy tail that it uses to make fun of the dog and everything like that. So the old man owns this, or has this cat and this dog that live behind the wine shop with him. Mm-hmm. And for as long as he's been there with the wine shop, he's had this cat and dog. He didn't have them before he started the wine shop, right? And the cat and the dog, they are, you know, they kind of do their own thing. Like, they're less pets and more like roommates for him a little bit. Sure. And talks about, like, you know, sometimes he'll go out at night and he'll sit with his pipe and like stargaze out on the front lawn. Oh, lovely. And the cat and the dog will come out and like the dog will like bark and the cat will like run around and everything and like disturb his peace. But, you know, eventually they'll settle down and he'll tell them stories and everything like that, which is very nice. I love this. So, from the beginning, he told them a story of one day, long past, before he had the wine bar. He was on the road one day when he came across a traveler, and the traveler saw the jug that the man was carrying, and he asked him for a sip. And the old man, knew that it was like the last sip in his jug, but the traveler seemed really tired and really, really thirsty. So he gave him the last sip from his jug, and the traveler swallowed it down, and he said, "Thank you. In return for your kindness, I would like to give you a gift." And the traveler handed the old man a piece of kind of what looked like amber, like a chip of amber. And he says, "Put this in your jug and you will never want for drink again." So the old man, at this time a young man, drops the amber chip into his jug and it immediately fills up.
Ooh.
At this point, it is revealed that this man was drinking wine on the road. So his jug fills up with wine and he takes a big, deep gulp and it's amazing. And then he takes it away from his mouth and he feels it refill in his hand. And he's like, "Oh my God." And he goes to offer a sip to the traveler and the traveler disappears. So he's encountered like some kind of divine being who gave him a gift.
Yeah, the gift of wine.
And at this point, it says like he is baffled by this gift that he's been given. And I'm just going to read this line. And he takes a drink and he is like, "Wow, this is amazing." And then he thinks and he's like, "Well, this is going to change my life." Like, I don't know. I mean, this is a huge responsibility. And it says, "I can't sit here and drink all the time or I will be drunk and some thief will carry away my jug. Yeah. I can't live on wine alone, yet I dare not leave this strange thing while I seek for work." So he's like, I can't just be drinking wine all the time, but I also can't not be drinking wine all the time because, like,
I have wine.
Yeah, someone's gonna steal it, right?
I need you to know, this is the second story that you have told about a man with a wine problem.
Yep, the other one was a whiskey problem.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not the drinking problem.
So he comes up with this genius idea to open a wine shop. And he's been pouring from the same bottle of wine ever since. He is very clever. He never goes into like wholesaling or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because that would draw too much suspicion. People would start asking where the wine comes from and everything like that. So he's just kept his small wine shop. It's enough for him to live on. He gets to be part of the town and everything like that. He is still worried though that someone's going to take this jug away from him. Or the traveler on the road also says, if the amber, as long as this is in your jug, it will never empty. So implication being, if you lose it, like, it's not.
I mean, yeah, but I was just thinking about how, like, he could turn his bottle around and just pour it straight out, but the liquid will all still be in there. I guess unless the amber falls out with the liquid. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
He makes sure to keep an eye on it. The dog, the cat, and the man all sort of take turns in his house in the wine bar, keeping an eye on the bottle, just making sure that, it doesn't go anywhere. So one day, all of the town is abuzz. A terrible rumor is being spread that at last the wine bar has run out of wine.
What?
And everyone loses their goddamn minds. And they all, as a massive mob, run to the wine bar where they find the old man, inconsolable, head in his hands, and the dog looking deeply ashamed, and the cat stomping around furiously.
Oh, no!
And they say, like, "Is it true?" And he's like, "It's true. I don't know how it happened." And he won't tell them anything about. They're like, "Well, why don't you just get another shipment?" And he's like, I can't answer that question.
This is clearly a time where they don't have an FDA.
Yeah. So he's worried. What he's done is that, like, maybe the night before, as he was closing up, he, like, went to pour wine into a cup for someone and the amber fell out and he didn't notice, right? So he's terrified that someone, or maybe he poured it into a jug and they brought it home, right?
Oh, no, they have
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So he's terrified of this, right?
Yeah.
So he is, again, inconsolable. He goes to bed. And the dog and the cat sit up and they're like, we should have been watching better. Like, this is our fault too. And so they come up with a plan, right? The cat says, "I've been around this thing for years. I think that if I could get close enough, I could smell this piece of gem," right? Like, it has a very particular scent to it. I think I could find it if I could get close to it. And the dog is like, "Well, I mean, if someone accidentally took it home in a jug or something like that, we could just go house to house," right? And they come up with this plan. So each night they go out and the cat sneaks into a house and he hangs out with all the house cats and he sniffs around to try and find this amber chunk, right? And the dog sits outside and he hangs out with all the dogs and everything as kind of like an escort to the cat, because the cats and the dogs in the neighborhood have like a weird, like, constant gang war going on.
Sure. But these two are best friends. Forbidden love.
No. So the cats and the dogs aren't fighting each other, but like the cats will fight each other and the dogs will fight each other. And so it's kind of like they're all there to, protect each other.
Yeah.
So they go night by night. Each night they go out, they go take a couple houses at a time, and they'll sniff around, and the cat can't find anything. The dog can't smell anything either, right? And they keep going until they've covered, it takes months, but they go through the whole neighborhood, and they can't find anything. Like this side of town, don't find anything.
This old man's not making any money.
Yes, exactly. He's living on his savings. He is not making any money, and he's still disconsolate, right?
Yeah.
And so it's, again, months have passed, and the dog and the cat resign themselves to the fact that if it's not here, it might be on the other side of town across the river.
Oh, no.
The problem is that the river is very, very wide and very, very cold, and the dog can swim, but the cat can't.
Okay.
So they have to wait until winter when the river freezes over so that they can walk across to the other side, right? And so winter comes, the river freezes over, people are like driving carts and stuff across the ice of the river and everything. The cat and the dog sneak across to the other side of town, and they continue their search, right? Mm-hmm. Again, months and months pass of them inspecting different houses and everything like that. Eventually it becomes spring and the snow melts, and they know that, it's going to be a while before they can get home, basically.
Oh, they got stuck over.
Yep, exactly.
No, he's alone.
Yeah. So this dog and this cat are just wandering around this other side of town, and they are going house to house to house to house, and the cat's still not smelling anything. Until one day, they arrive outside of this house, and the cat picks up a whiff of this amber smell, right?
Ooh, okay.
And so the dog is like, all right, I'll wait here. You go inside. The cat sneaks into the house, and he tracks down this amber smell all the way up to the top of a dresser and inside of a soapstone tobacco box.
Wow, this cat's real good.
Yeah. A soapstone tobacco box, which is filled with different, like, river rocks. It's like someone's rock collection where they're just, like, walking around picking up rocks. He can smell this amber chunk, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, great, we found it. And then he tries to, like, open the lid of the box, and he can't because he has his little cat paws.
No!
And he's like, dog, I can't open this. And the dog is like, well, I can't get up there, so I can't open it. And the cat is like, well, what if I pass it down to you? And the dog is like, if you push it, it's going to fall off and break. And, like, what if the amber breaks? And the cat is like, okay, well, instead of coming up with problems, maybe you should start coming up with solutions, okay? So
I love these two.
So they're like, shit. And at this point, like, the dogs in the neighborhood come up and they're like, hey, what's up? And so they get into a big fight. And they kind of get distracted. And, the dog and the cat leave the house, and they're like, we gotta figure something out. And so the dog thinks about it for a while, and he's like, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the king of the rats.
Oh, okay. Rat King.
Rat King.
Oh, Rat King.
Rat King.
Guys, Max and I are getting matching rat tattoos. For no other reason than we saw a picture of one and it was cute.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
He's like, we'll go to the king of the rats, and we will offer him 10 years of peace where neither cats nor dogs will chase him in return for his help.
How can they do that? Nobody's listening to him. They're all fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a fairy tale.
Okay.
They're talking.
I guess they are. Okay, go ahead. You're right. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely don't speak for all of the cats and dogs, except that apparently they do.
They're all in gang wars. Stupid. Okay, 10 years of peace.
They decide to go to the Rat King, promise 10 years of peace in return for help fighting this.
This town is going to have such a rat problem. Oh my god, they all have all these cats. These rats are going to fucking take over. This is a nightmare.
It really is. This is horrifying for everyone involved.
Okay, go ahead.
And the dog is like, well, like, soapstone is really soft. It's basically like wood, and rats chew through wood all the time. So why don't we get the Rat King to, like, chew through this box, and then we can get the amber out? And the cat is like, that's a great idea, and we're fucking doing it. See, this is what I'm talking about, solution-based thinking. Nice. So the cat goes to the Rat King, and the Rat King is like, I'm not fucking, you're a cat, I'm a rat, I'm not talking to you. And the cat is like, hey, man, my hands are behind my back. It's totally fine. I promise. Nothing weird. And he talks to the Rat King, and they come to an agreement. They say, the Rat King will have his rats chew through this box. It's going to take a while. This is a big project. The contract is open-ended at this point. But he's like, if you leave us alone for the duration of the time it takes us to get into the box, we will work our hardest. But, for that time, plus the 10 years, then we have a deal.
Oh, no.
And the cat is like, great, done. So the rats start seeking into this person's house and gnawing through the soapstone box, right? Yeah. And, during this time, the cat and the dog, it takes a couple months, it's still stone.
Okay. I was like, Why is it taking so long? Okay. Right.
Yeah, it is still rock.
Yeah.
So it takes a while. The cat and the dog are kind of just wandering around on this side of the river and like eating scraps and everything like that. They make friends, they make enemies, lovers, villains, the whole until finally the king of the rats comes back to them and the cat is like, just kidding. I'm just playing with you. We made a promise, so you're fine. And the rat is like, that's not funny, man. He's like, no, I mean, okay.
Your friend has just killed
but I'm sorry.
A lot of my family.
The rat king comes back and he's like, we've made it into the box, right? That's the good news. The bad news is that the end of the hole that we chewed into it is very narrow. And we can't get it wider because of the shape of our noses, right? Aww. So it's like narrow towards the end.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like a rat nose.
Cute. Yeah. So we can't get in, but we figured you're a cat. You have those long paws. You can climb up there and just pull the amber out. The cat is like, great, awesome, problem solved. He gets up and he tries to put his paw in, and his paw isn't long enough. The amber is on the other side of the box. His paw isn't long enough to bring it.
He was gonna like already pull the rack down. Just push the box up. Get it to your side. Anyway, sorry. I'm also here for solution-based thinking.
So the cat goes back out to the rat king and he's like, hey, I can't. My paw isn't long enough. And the rat king is like, fuck. And then the dog is like, what if we had a little, like your tiniest little mouse go into the box and then take the amber out, right? And so the rat king gets his tiniest little babyest mouse, goes into the box, but the little baby mouse can't get back out of the box with the amber in its mouth. It's like a raccoon paw situation.
Why can't you just push it with his nose? Okay, I'm going to stop putting up these. Go ahead.
So finally, the cat is like, okay, you push it to the entrance, and then I'll use my paw, I'll grab it, and then you can come out.
It's not going to happen.
They figure out this whole puzzle, and it takes a lot of doing, a lot of wiggling and everything, but they finally get this piece of amber out. Yeah. The little baby mouse comes out, and they're like, oh, thank God, we finally got the amber. So now the problem is in front of them. How do they get it back to the man?
Okay.
The ice is melted, right? Aww. But fortunately, Dog has been thinking about this the whole time.
Okay.
And so he comes to the conclusion that the only way they're getting back across is if he swims. So he says, here's the plan, right? Ocean's 11 style. Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
You, Tom, the cat.
Yeah.
You are the bag man. You're going to take this piece of amber and you're going to hold it in your mouth.
Yes.
Right? And then you're going to climb on my back.
All right.
All right? I'm the go man. I'm the guy with
I'm
the
the giveaway driver.
And the car is my body. We're going to go to the river. I'm going to swim across it with you on my back, and you will be holding the amber. So,
yeah.
How does that sound? And the cat is like, that sounds good to me, man. I see no problems with this. Awesome. Rad. It comes time, and they execute their plan. The cat puts the piece of amber in his mouth, and then he climbs onto the dog's back, and he holds on as tight as he can to the dog's fur, and the dog wades into the water, and it's cold, but he's fine. He's like, we're going to get across. It's fine.
Yeah.
They get almost all the way across the river. They are approaching the far bank.
Oh, God.
When a group of school kids comes up. And all of these school kids see a cat with a gem in its mouth riding a dog through the water. And they're like, what the fuck? What is happening?
Let them go about their business.
And this is so funny to them. They're like, this is the wildest shit we've ever seen. This is this is the monkey riding a horse. This is the beetle riding a toad of...
Sure. Those two very relatable things.
You know the pictures of the beetle riding a frog?
Yeah, sure.
I send them to you like once a month.
Okay. Like
a stag beetle riding a little rain frog? Okay. This is what it's like to be friends with me. I'm like, the beetle who rides a frog.
You get it.
And these kids are like, this is wild. If they had phones, they would be taking video. They are laughing. Yeah. Like, hey, what's up, TikTok? I am here with a crazy story for you today. Me and my boys were coming home from school, and we saw this. Now, if you're confused, so are we. Here's what's going on. And all of these school kids are laughing their absolute asses off at this, because this is the funniest thing that they've ever seen.
What's up, TikTok? I got an update for you. They are still in the water.
This dog sucks at swimming. So they're laughing so hard. And the cat kind of looks at himself and he's like, oh my God, I'm riding a dog.
No!
He's like, this is hilarious. And so the kids are laughing and the cat starts laughing too.
No!
And the gem falls out of his mouth and into the water. Right?
Oh.
The dog can feel the cat, like, shaking with laughter, but he doesn't realize what's happening until he sees the gem whiz past his face into the water and start to sink. And he panics. Right?
Yeah, go get it!
He dives.
Oh, no.
But the cat, again, can't swim. So the dog is diving for this piece of amber, and the cat is on his back, and he's like, what the fuck? He can't breathe. He's, like, starting to drown because he didn't even take a deep breath in before or anything like that. And so he's got his, like, claws hooked into the dog, right? Yeah. And he's, like, throwing a fit and, like, thrashing in the water and everything. And the dog is trying to find this piece of amber, but they're kicking up the mud in the river so much that he can't find it. So finally he has to surface, and the cat separates himself from him, and they both get to shore separately. The cat, like, sort of wiggles through the water until it gets to shore. Yeah. And they both get to the shore, and then they, like, spit up water, breathe for a couple minutes, and then the dog is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah! And he chases this bedraggled, wet cat.
No, go get the amber.
Barking like crazy, just, like, foaming at the mouth fully. And he chases this cat up a tree. And he sits at the bottom of the tree and barks all day long.
Oh, shit.
He is, like, going to kill this cat. He's like, we spent 6 months doing this.
Oh,
and you couldn't keep your shit together for 30 seconds. And the cat, meanwhile, is, like, trying to dry off, and he's, like, spitting up seawater, and he's like, okay, well, I'm not the one who tried to kill me. So the cat just stays up in the tree, and finally the dog is like, fuck this, it's fine. And he walks off. The cat stays in the tree for a long time and then, like, sneaks away. And from then on, he makes sure to avoid the dog, because the dog now has, like, 2 things on his mind. He wants to get the gem back, and he wants to kill that fucking cat. So the cat does his best to avoid the dog for the rest of forever, right?
Sure.
Very sad ending to this buddy cop movie. But the dog sort of watches over the river, and he's like, I know that this thing isn't coming back up, but I feel like
I have to watch,
you know, because this is, like, my fault also. So he watches the river for weeks, and the river, you know, ice flows on the river and everything like that. There's, like, a spring cold snap, and you know, a fisherman has to, like, dig a hole and everything to get fish, and the dog is watching. He hasn't eaten a whole bunch. Aww. And so he's watching this guy fish, and he's like, I'm gonna be close by just in case this guy has, like, scraps or anything.
Yeah.
And he sees the fisherman pull up this fish, and he smells a familiar smell.
Yes.
And so he waits until the fisherman takes the fish off of his, like, spear.
Yeah.
And the fisherman, like, sets the fish down so that he can go set his spear aside.
Yeah.
And this dog runs in, grabs the fish, and
yes,
bolts.
He does. Good boy, good boy.
And he runs all the way back to the wine bar, where this man is, Korean coins have a hole through the middle.
Yeah.
So, he's literally at the end of his rope. He has 1 coin left on his little, like, coin string.
Is that what that saying comes
I don't know.
from? That was really clever.
I have no idea.
Oh, nice. Okay, go ahead.
They mentioned that analogy in the story, so I don't know if that's where it comes from. But he's, like, at the end of his rope. He's gotten all of his fine clothes that he bought when he had the wine bar, and he's about to go sell them.
Yeah.
So he puts them all in a thing together, like in a trunk, with his, like, 1 last coin on a string and everything like that. And then this dog busts through his door, and he's like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, I haven't seen you in so long. And this dog just, like, drops a soaking wet fish at his feet, and he's like, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Is this dinner? And the dog is like,
sure, man.
So the old man starts to prepare this fish, and he scales it and everything, and he splits it in half. And in the fish's stomach is this magic piece of amber. And he's so excited. He takes the piece of amber. It also says that he and the dog celebrate for, like, a long time. They're both just, like, jumping, and the dog is barking, and the man is, like, yelling, and he's so excited. And then he's like, okay, we're gonna get this shit back on the road. So he puts the piece of amber in the trunk, and he takes out his fine clothes, and he puts them on, and he takes his 1 last coin, and he goes into town to buy a bottle of wine that he can put in his jug so that it'll he can put the amber in, and it'll continue to refill, and he can open back up his wine bar. So he goes out, he gets the wine, he comes back, the dog is waiting for him, eyes fully on the trunk, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, all right, magic time, right? And so he puts the wine in the jug, and then he opens up the trunk, and inside of the trunk, there's the piece of amber still in there, and also another identical set of fine clothes and a string with a single coin on it.
Oh my god.
And what he realizes is this isn't a magic wine stone. This is just a regular magic stone.
Oh my god.
It can duplicate anything, and he feels like an idiot. He's like, I've been using this for wine this whole time. So he just like puts his now 2 coins in the trunk, and he just like opens and shuts it until he's like a millionaire. And he's like, this is great. And yeah, he lives happily ever after. And from that day forward, the dog never chased a rat again in honor of his peace treaty with the king of the rats.
Oh, nice.
But he always chases cats.
Oh, kept that grudge.
Yup.
The cat was the villain of this story. Okay, a couple things. They dropped it in the river. And there was fish. Why wasn't there just, like, too many fish in the river? Maybe there was. The fish ate it. Maybe he would have, like, too many guts. This fish has never-ending fish guts. I keep pulling out more fish guts, and there's just more fish guts.
That's a horrifying concept. That's really upsetting.
That was delightful. Ignore the upsetting thing I said at the end. That was so fun. I really liked that. Good job.
Thanks. I really liked that one. I really like that it was like, great, he finally got it back for his master, and then like at the last second they add on the tag and like, oh, also try and make sure that you understand your magic items before you commit your life to only one thing. Like, ask more questions.
Just a few more questions. Think a little bit out. Ugh. Fucking great,
amazing.
Man.
I just love that little button at the end. Yeah. Like, oh, so good. I watch a lot of stuff on Dropout, which is a spin-off of College Humor, and they have a show called Make Some Noise, which...
It's really good. Just go YouTube it and then actually subscribe for Dropout. You would like it.
Yeah, they're great. If you're familiar with Dimension 20, that's where it is. It's a live play Dungeons & Dragons thing. But they have this thing called Make Some Noise, which is like an improv show, kind of, and... one of the prompts is, like, a genie's other stipulations, and Brendan Lee Mulligan, who is one of my favorite people on this planet, he's like, okay, here's the thing. So, obviously, you know, you can't wish people back from the dead, you can't wish for true love, and you can't wish for more wishes. That's the big 3. Everyone has those, right?
Yeah.
But also, and these are just my personal preferences, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. If you're gonna wish for a magic item, just wish for the thing that you want that thing to do. Like, instead of being like, I want a magic ring that give me money forever. Just wish for money forever. Because you can lose the ring.
Yes.
I was thinking about that this whole time.
Yes.
Like, oh, you have this magic chunk of amber? Okay, like, don't...
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better if it was just, like, you can make magic things with it and it's just you? Like, I feel like most fairy tales would be solved if it was just we took out the middleman, made the process more efficient, magically speaking.
That was also that one tweet about the best superpowers where it was like, I would like to be able to double things. And everyone was like, what? And he's like, I'd like to be able to double things. I would like anything. I think my bank account, double it. The amount of food, double it. The amount of pain somebody's in, double it. Like, I just want to be able to I'll be double man. And like, no matter, and you can just do that infinitely. Like, that's the smartest fucking thing. He's like, you know, just whatever. Kind of cool.
The brocade vest that I wear over my fine shirt, and it's the 1800s, double it.
Double-breasted.
No, it's a doublet.
Oh. I only have one boob, double it. Now I want more boobs, double them.
4 boobs.
Yeah! And now I have a thing, other than the doubling.
That is a really good power.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think we done did it.
What
a fun episode. I liked this.
That's a good one.
Nice.
I'm very upset because I was researching a werewolf one, and we would have had a whole werewolf episode, but then I got too into it, and someday I'm just going to have to do, like, a 6-episode series on, like, the history of werewolves and vampires.
Maybe
or something like that
can be one of your off-topics that you guys don't know about, but stay tuned. Okay. Do you want to then head out?
Yeah. I gotta turn in, man.
Should we get out of here?
Hey, guys. It's been fun. It's been real.
That's another episode down, yo. Okay.
Janie's very sick and I'm very tired.
Together we are sick and tired. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and Discord and Goodreads, and also email us all at sort of the story, but at the last one at gmail.com. And if you want to start your own podcast, honestly, you should. You and your best friend should start a podcast. It's very fun. I highly recommend it. Try Buzzsprout. And we are going to be putting these books up on our bookshop.org affiliate account. So all of the links will be in our show notes. Mm-hmm. So check that out. And also buy from bookshop.org. Don't buy from Amazon if you can help it.
Yep, bookshop.org supports small booksellers, and you can support your local bookshops, or you can support bookshops across the country.
Yeah.
So check out bookshop.org. They have amazing books, and you can do good with it as well. So
yay.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Bye. I don't want no slime. Slime is the kind of guy that got some slime for me.
I definitely don't want a guy that has slime for me.
What if it's good?
Ew. In what context?
I don't know.
Sex?
Jam? Oh.
They're not mutually exclusive.